In this video, we're going to talk about the humanitarian case for Bitcoin, specifically how it solves issues of government corruption and how it improves the effectiveness of foreign aid. Starting in the mid to late 20th century, Western countries began investing heavily in foreign aid. Over the past 6 decades, wealthy countries have donated more than $4 trillion to poorer countries, with 60% coming from government and the rest coming from private NGOs, private companies, and other charitable foundations. While this charity and showing of altruism is inspiring and does a lot of good, there are many obstacles in the distribution of aid that prevent it from fully achieving its goal. The first big obstacle is that foreign aid is often distributed by corrupt, autocratic governments. These rulers roll money off the top, giving it to themselves, their friends, and patrons before giving it to their citizens. The most brazen case of foreign aid corruption is with the former president of the Congo, Mobutu Seko. He stole foreign aid and bought several mansions across Europe and built an airport at his Congolese home, all the while his citizens suffered in a deteriorating economy and abject poverty. And in cases when money is not pilfered illegally, aid can be siphoned off slowly through vast bureaucratic middlemen. Studies suggest that the leakage rate of foreign aid can be anywhere from 15 to 93%. In one Oxfam study, researchers could only verify that 7% of $28 million in U.S. aid meant for Ghana made it to its destination between 2013 and 2015, Alex Gladstein. And another study found that as much as 1/6 of foreign aid went into the bank accounts owned by the elite. In other cases, some corrupt, dictatorial governments will block foreign aid through controlling the financial system, such as the case with countries like Venezuela. Recently, Western countries like the United States were supplying aid to revolutionary groups in Venezuela, and in retaliation, the current regime blocked foreign aid to their citizens and shut down the banking system so that revolutionaries couldn't get the resources they needed to challenge the government. So now, you may be wondering, how does Bitcoin fix the issue of foreign aid corruption? Well, Bitcoin cuts out the middleman when making transactions. With Bitcoin, there's no need for governments or banks. When operating with fiat, money has to transfer between various governments and corporations before reaching the end recipient. And through every third party that handles the transaction, money is taken off the top and is exposed to possibilities of corruption and theft. But when we use Bitcoin, you can donate money directly to the end recipient, peer-to-peer. No middleman necessary. This is because of the blockchain. Whenever a transaction is made, it is recorded on the blockchain, which then can be accessed by the relevant parties. And the information on the blockchain is stored across a series of computers, keeping everything decentralized. This decentralized free system undermines the need for a middleman to manage transactions. As a result, it is impossible for corrupt foreign governments to interfere with aid meant for the people. So, if you want to donate to the pro-democracy movement in Venezuela, you can do so with Bitcoin, without having to worry about the current regime stealing your money. While the idea of vast government corruption and bank account freezes seem out of the realm for most Americans and Western populations, these are problems that billions of people around the world have to endure. And increasingly, for freedom fighters and poverty-struck communities, Bitcoin is becoming a beacon of hope.